Before I start this video, I just want to announce that I finally got a creator code. Finally! Oh my god. If you want to be the first person to use my code whenever you're going to buy things on the Hypixel store like ranks or even Skyblock gems, use the code cchloe. It's free to use and you will get 5% off. It's a win-win. Let me know if you use it in my Discord and I'll give you a cool rank to show your support. Thank you, and let's get started. This was my Skyblock level a month ago and this is it now. But I'm not going to show you yet because for the past month I've been working on leveling up my hypixel Skyblock level and only my Skyblock level. Now, let me start off by saying I used to play this game at least 12 or more hours a day, but that's changed drastically over the past few months and I only play around 3 to 4 hours a day now, and this obviously affects how much I get done each day, but I tried my best to do a lot in this video and I'm pretty pleased with my progress. Anyway, let's begin. The first day I decided I wanted to go for Enderman Slayer 9 and I was 170k XP away. Aatrox was here which gave me 25% more Slayer XP and 20% more chance of rare drop, so it was a perfect time. Throughout the whole video I went back and forth killing Enderman and doing other little things in between to level up. I decided I wanted to claim my melon minions first since it was a while until Derpy anyway and I can just claim them again once he's here, so I did that and then hit Farming 52 alongside hitting Mining 55 from Diamond and then Skyblock level 201. I also decided to go for a few carpentry levels by buying enchanted diamonds and turning them into enchanted diamond blocks, which gave me over 7k XP each craft. So it was pretty easy and each level gives 20 XP. My pet score was also looking a bit low, so I decided to get a few unique pets since any rarity gives Skyblock XP. I got an epic zombie pet for 540k, an epic with a skeleton pet for 390k, a rare blue whale for 220k, an epic spider pet for 397k, a legendary skeleton pet for 950k, and then hit Skyblock level 202. I got a few more like an epic chicken pet for 190k, an epic endermite pet for 555k, an epic mithril golem pet for 190k, and an epic golem for 500k. I also got an epic pig for 200k. Then I decided to go and craft a few minions I didn't have and put a few easy items into the museum, and at that point I was at Skyblock level 204.
I swear this girl gets sick about 46 times a year.
I put a bunch more easy items in the museum and hit Skyblock level 206. Then started putting down minions such as cow, rabbit and sheep for collection, since each collection tier gives 4 Skyblock XP. I needed a few more pets, so I decided to chance crafting a mushroom cow. I went out and killed a bunch of mushroom cows with the materials and crafted it, but got unlucky with an epic. The museum is really easy to get a bunch of levels at the start, so I decided I was going to put a bunch of the cheapest armor sets in there, and when I was done, I had 41 rewards to claim, which I claimed and got Skyblock level 211. Remember when I told you I was grinding Enderman Slayer in the background? Well, I didn't get the moment on record, but 70,000 XP later, at 100k XP left till Enderman 9, I got myself another Judgment Core, which that sold for 365 million, which helped me a ton because leveling up gets so expensive. Shortly after that, I grinded my way to one of the best things in the game. I hit Enderman Slayer 9. Let's go. Enderman Slayer level 9. Let's go. Which gave me 150 Skyblock XP and made me hit Skyblock level 213. I forgot about the mythic pets in the game, and most of them are really cheap, like mythic bat and mythic Jerry for around 2 million coins each. So I got them and I started to look at snail prices and thought it would be much cheaper if I grinded the collection and crafted it myself, because I had a chance to get a legendary, but I crafted it and I got epic, unfortunately. But as you could see, when I claimed the pet, I was 1 XP away from a level up. So I just went and got a little bit of netherrack collection and I hit Skyblock level 215. You're probably thinking, ain't no way she's foraging right now. But unfortunately I was. I know, I'm embarrassed for myself. But I was close to the next collection, which gave me 4 Skyblock XP. I claimed a bunch more XP from the museum, hit Skyblock level 216, claimed 3 dungeon rewards I didn't even know I had, recombobulated 2 new talismans I got, Chumming Talisman and the Netherrack one. And this bit was a bit weird because I didn't even know I had this much Wither Essence. I ended up selling all of that for 22 million and finally built up the courage to buy a Hegemony, which cost me 326 million. But it was a talisman I've wanted for ages and I just thought I need to get it someday, so why not now after dropping a core. I upgraded my talisman bag, put the Hegemony in there and hit Skyblock level 218. Getting tier 11 minions for the most part is pretty expensive and I think I probably spent easily over 100 million crafting, but most of the quite cheap ones start with the farming minions. So I got all of them done pretty fast and then moved on to all the foraging minions, which I'd say are probably just as cheap depending on the type of wood. I hit Skyblock level 220 and as you can see I started moving on to all the miner minions and finished off with a tier 11 iron minion and hitting Skyblock level 222. I started getting back into dungeons for a little while and got my first Master Mode 6 completion, which gives half a Skyblock level. The interesting part is when I got a summoning ring in 2 different chests on the same run, which in the bedrock chest, that's a 0.37 chance to get, and in the obsidian chest, that's a 0.22% chance, so that's quite freaking rare. I got summoning ring. What? I got 2 summoning rings? 2 summoning rings? Are you joking? Could have given me a giant sword, but whatever. I could have done with that 190 million because as you can see I was running out of money, crafting all them tier 11 minions, and I went spooky fishing for a bit. Quite worth it though, as I dropped a few deep sea orbs. Not quite 190 million, but they sell for around 7 million each. After that I got into Blaze Slayer since I only had tier 1 completion and I was only Blaze Slayer 1, so I have quite a bit of some potential XP to gain here. And of course I started by buying a Moody Grapple Shot for 3.5 million and grinding for a Blaze Talisman since it would help me during the Slayer. And then I bought a Fire Dust Dagger and the Twilight Dagger to try out a tier 2 Blaze. I had no idea what I was doing and I kept dying to the pillar. It wasn't until I read the chat and read what I was actually dying to and figured out to pass the stage I would need a Wisp pet. So I bought one of them, leveled it up a bit and tried it out again. Killed my very first tier 2 Blaze, which gave me 25 XP. I did it! Let's go! That boss is too complicated for no reason at all. And I hate it. I unlocked Inferno Minion for defeating a tier 2, so I went ahead and crafted it straight away. I got it to tier 2 and I was 1 XP off another level. So I went and just got a tiny bit of gravel collection and at this point I was at Skyblock level 225. I grinded tier 2 blazes for a little while and hit Blaze Slayer 4, which then got me Skyblock level 226. This was the point where levels were getting very slow and I started grinding for pelts since each tier 12 minion gives 24 XP. The only downside was that you needed 75 pelts for each and they take a long time since it's very RNG based on how many you get every time you take on the quest. RNG aside, I got enough for my very first tier 12 minion and of course I went for Melon since I already have a Melon minion set up and I just added that onto it. In the background of doing other tasks, I would go ahead and pick up a few pelts here and there to get them slowly for some other minions. I found a decent money making method since I was running out, but I needed 50,000 gas tier collection, and of course the only way to grind gas tiers is to make little pixelated prisoners do it for you. So I put down a few of them and let them get to work. After a few days my collection was complete and I could finally start crafting some vanquished ghast cloaks. Damn, that's pretty hard to say. The only reason these are the most expensive equipment is because they're so annoying to make, but honestly, it was worth it to me since I was profiting quite a bit. After getting my money up a bit, I decided to craft my Blaze Slayer swords into the next tier so I could try and take on a tier 3. Upgrading the swords cost me about 1 million coins each, which isn't too bad. After that, I started the quest and began what I call the most stressful boss I've ever taken on. And I haven't even done a tier 4 yet. My first try was pretty decent, but of course I died. Then, died again. I crafted my Hyperion into the Scylla for hopefully some extra healing and tried again. This time, it was a win as I completed my very first tier 3 Blaze boss, which gave me half a Skyblock level for doing so. Yes! I've finally done a tier 3, let's go! The last few levels, I'll try and explain pretty fast because it was all a big mess of different things. I still had a few minions to craft, so I crafted tier 9 pig and got my 29th minion slot, a tier 11 cow, which then made me hit Skyblock level 227. I completed Kuja tier 1 and 2 and got my Kuja pet for completing 10 tier 1s. Bought a tier 12 wheat minion, a tier 12 netherwart minion, grinded max glowstone collection and hit 229 while doing so. Bought a legendary bal and parapet and got a tier 12 pumpkin minion. Then finally finished off this long month grind by upgrading a lion pet to epic and hitting Skyblock level 230. I figured I'd leave it off here since it's a nice number to end on and it's been a month. Let me know if you want to see another month's progress of leveling Skyblock levels. I will say though, the next levels are going to be super expensive and time consuming, so be prepared, because I'm not. Also, let me know what Skyblock level you are in the comments below, and if you have any tips for me to level up faster or easy tasks that I might have missed, drop them below too. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Remember to use code cchloe in the Fortnite item shop in the hypixel store, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye everyone.